'81, '82, and '83, oil field was really good. And then when it was over, it was like that. The oil field went from being 1,400 drilling rigs in Oklahoma to 30, like overnight.
It was like a scene from the Wild West. You know, there's gold in them there hills. A town sprung up, gold went away, a town went down.
Boom, houses for sale everywhere, construction, guys out of business. And the economy was just wrecked.
My name is Jackson, I was named after my father. Followed in his footsteps down here to this factory. I ain't complaining, I wouldn't waste my breath to bother. This work ain't hard, it's only boring as can be. Married Rebecca back in '77. I still love her and I guess she loves me too. Go to church on Sundays 'cause we wanna go to heaven. Me and my family, ain't that how you're supposed to do? But I'm tired, Lord, I'm tired. Life is wearing me smooth down to the bone, with no rest for the weary, you just move on. I'm tired. Only missed 6 days and now 20 years of working. Money went to taxes and my bills are paid on time. Raise I got 2 months ago don't meet the cost of living. Selling my body for these nickels and these dimes. Smell of Becky's coffee rolled me out of bed this morning. Showered and shaved and dressed and I pulled my work boots on. Walked in the kitchen, she was staring out the window. And the way she said good morning made me ask her something wrong. She said, I'm tired. I woke up tired. Life is wearing me smooth down to the bone, with no rest for the weary, just move on. Yeah, I guess you just keep going until you're gone. Tired. Lord, I'm tired. God, I'm tired.
When the oil boom went bust, we were limited as to the jobs that were available here because oil was the biggest industry and probably home building was probably the second biggest. And those jobs just weren't available. They ceased.
It was tough. It was one of those things where you had to make some decisions on what you were going to do. Either stay and fight it out and maybe have to do something else, or you get up and go.
So a lot of people would go out of state to go to work.
Lots of people did move out of the state of Oklahoma, but they were mostly people who had moved in here for the boom. They weren't Okies. The Okie stayed. I couldn't tell you why that is. I guess we just hung in there and toughed it out till times got better.
I had to find something else to do. So I just pooled my resources and looked at them. I thought, you know what? Football's not the answer. I'm playing semi-pro football at the time.
He played semi-pro football here for a team called the Drillers. Played 2 seasons with them and was a defensive end. A real good football player.
Toby would have to go to practices after work. Sometimes he'd play games with no sleep. Sometimes he'd go to work with no sleep. As a ball player, he gave it 110%.
USFL was coming into be, but I could see USFL was short-lived and we probably weren't going to get in there. So I was playing music on the weekends, and I thought, you know what? We discussed often about, this is always going to be a hobby, or are we going to take this serious? And so I was the deciding factor when the oil field boom busted. It was like, if we're going to do this right, we got to take it on the road because we got to go play regionally and create an audience.
Music was the obvious thing, right? Instead of going, digging ditches or something. But
Well, that's what people didn't understand. The options weren't really there. Jobs were scarce, and you weren't going to starve any more than the neighbor next to you.
It's kind of one of them deals you put your hand in and yell, break. And we made some tapes, put some packages out, promo pack. And we got signed by BGM out of San Antonio, did an indie album with them. They booked us regionally.
he would get like 25–30% of the take, but he'd get us out and about, and we never played in Oklahoma.
There was really nothing left here to play. Small rooms, but you couldn't feed your family out of here, that was for sure.
About the time Trish and I got married, everything just, you know, fell out from underneath us. And then right in the middle of the whole deal, Crystal was born. So Trish would have been kind of like my mom. I was going a lot like my dad was. So Trish, she was that rock back at home. She would get up and have to take the kids to the daycare and then get to her job. She was strong about that, but it took that or I wouldn't have been able to have done what I did.
When you look at Toby, it's hard to think any other way other than Oklahoma's Toby and Toby's Oklahoma.
That's right, a red, white, and blue blood graduate of honky-tonk, you